Yo, this is Dorky Diggity Dave, and today we're talking about Thanos, however you like to talk about him. We're going to go through the first fight, so we're going to go ahead and explain all the things that are going on, all the different stones, and all the different crazy things that are going on in this fight. And guess what? We're going in with some 4 stars today, and of course I didn't one-shot it, but that's my own fault. It's all good. We kind of 2-shot it, so that's fine. Let's start. So first things first, you're going to notice this timer up here, and that is if you have an Avenger on your team, means you're going to switch over that class disadvantage to an advantage after 10 seconds. Now, once you've taken Thanos below 95%, he's going to activate the Genesis Stone, which gives the Genesis Aura, and that's going to inflict about 1150 damage per second if you're nearby. And basically the way that you turn that off is by stunning him, so you gotta have your parry game pretty tight. So let's talk timing on the special here. You see there's 2 parts. There's a beam, and then there's the ground pound. Now, to evade his beam, you're going to look for the outward extension of his arm, right there. Right when the arm comes out, that's when you start your evade. If you do it a little too early, you're going to get clipped on the end. Now, as you can see for the ground pound here, notice that it's not the impact point that I'm doing my dexterity on. It is just a moment after. And if you want to follow it that way, timing is one way. The other way is to follow the rocks and evade it right before it gets to you. So let's bring in the wonderful swipe animations and the sounds, and let's lock this down. Bringing Thanos below 65% health now brings in the Chaos Stone, which then also brings in reversed controls. Let's take a look. So now that they've inverted the controls, that means dashing forward actually means dashing back, and dashing back actually means dashing forward, as long as this chaos timer is going right up here. Now, one thing that many don't realize is that you can override your block with a swipe, whether that be swipe forward or swipe backwards. So the best thing to do is to hold block with your left hand and swipe forward or backwards accordingly. And this is really going to reduce the confusion that's going on in this particular part of the fight. Now, his SP2 is a little different because now the beam is right on the impact point and you have 3 things to evade here. Let's have another look. So first is the beam right at the impact point, and then you have 2 projectiles, and then you can return attack. So let's have a closer look. So right on the extension of the arm, that's where your evade point is, or your dexterity point. And then the first projectile you evade right as it gets in front of you, but the second projectile you evade just a little early so that it's hitting you right as it's ending your dexterity, so that you can quickly return attack. This is what allows you to get out of the inverted controls early and be a lot more efficient in this particular part of the fight. Now you try it. Not to mention that below 40%, Thanos becomes stun immune, and he remains that way for the rest of the fight. So this is your only opening without having to intercept. But you just wait, because that's literally the next section. Here we go. Now, bringing Thanos below 30% now activates the War Stone, and that makes him unstoppable for 5 seconds, or you can intercept him out of it. Now, in this case, I had a big, huge fail. I just wasn't ready for it. Okay, attempt number 2. We've got Scarlet Witch here, and my main thing is going to be intercepting those dashes because I want to get rid of the unstoppable, but I also want to gain that safeguard that you get, so you're going to be hit by that impending L3, and this is how you survive it. You're basically intercepting for your life. Now keep in mind, this gets a little bit easier if you have an Avenger on the team, as you only take 10% damage at any one time from a special attack. Now let's talk tells. Jack talked tells very well. I don't know, it's from a movie or something. So Kabam gave you guys a little bit of a gift. Now take a look at the unstoppable icon. Every time he goes in for a dash, it disappears. It doesn't stay active like it did on the Ghillie fight. This is a very, very awesome way to fight this because now you can literally just stare at his buffs, and that's going to give you a great indicator of when to start your attack. Let's take a closer look. So this does take some time to get used to, but take a look at that icon. You see that it disappears right as he's going to do his dash. And the best way to do it is to create some distance and allow yourself some time to be able to see that and react to it. So you can either react with a dash of your own or just a very quick light attack, and you should be able to intercept him no problem. Now that little gift is only half of the battle. You still have to know how to intercept just like a ninja, and if you don't, go ahead and check out my how to intercept just like a ninja video, and that should help you out quite a bit. Also notice I'm trying to keep some distance here, enough distance so that I can see the tells coming. This is a key part of intercepting Thanos, in particular because sometimes he can be very, very passive, but when he gets too close to you, it's very difficult to try to react that quickly. Now another important technique is to be able to dex on the wall. As you can see, knowing his timing and the way he hits, he'll go through his 4 hits and either hit you with a heavy or he'll back off and then come back in. Then you've got yourself a yo-yo intercept, which is a lot easier to intercept than just plain out open, just guessing what time he's going to come in. So as you can see, intercepting is very, very important in this part of the battle. Not only does it give you that safeguard we talked about, but it allows you to be a lot more efficient. You're getting in double, even triple the amount of hits that you would had you waited for his unstoppable timer to just run out. That's a very, very long fight that way. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, go ahead and click subscribe, click like, leave a comment, share it with your friends, share it with your mama. All that stuff helps me out, and remember, stay dorky, and I'll catch y'all on the next Thanos video, and on the flip.